Good morning, DePauw friends and family, and welcome back to another week of your Tiger News. I'm Ben Freeman.
And I'm Lainey Collier, and you're watching
This past weekend, DePauw hosted its family weekend for the first time in 2 years. We saw a lot of DePauw alum as well as many new DePauw parents who we welcomed to our Tiger family.
Parents had the opportunity to participate in many activities hosted by DePauw, including tours and admissions meetings. Many families also came out to the football game on Saturday, where DePauw blew Kenyon out of the water, ending the game with a score of 44-0.
And at this time, we would like to take a short message from our men's golf team.
Come on, Tiger!
In upcoming events, DePauw Counseling Services will be hosting a happiness sprinkling walk this Saturday at 11:30. Meet downtown at the store Conspire at 11:30 to make posters, or join later at the square at noon. More information can be found on DePauw Counseling Services Instagram.
We would now like to hand it over to our Assistant News Director, Drew Cosgray, who sat down with Hazel to talk a little bit about her international student experience at DePauw.
Thank you, Ben. Hi there, Tigers. Drew Cosgray here reporting. So could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Hazel. I'm a freshman from Vietnam, and I plan to major in communication.
Awesome. So could you kind of take me through your decision and what went into your decision to come to DePauw University?
So I have been planning to study abroad in America for a long time, and so I just kind of check the ranking of the schools here, and then because I plan to major in communication and DePauw has pretty high ranking in communication, so I applied to DePauw, and then I got it, and I think it's just a great fit for me, the liberal art, with the small classes, and then yeah, that's just a good decision for me.
Yeah, so coming all the way to obviously Greencastle, Indiana from Vietnam, how has DePauw been welcoming-wise to you? You know, obviously coming from such a different culture, how has that been adjusting-wise coming to DePauw?
I know that it's a different culture, but it's not that different because Greencastle is pretty small, and then it's not like that America, like that big of a city. So I like small things, like small cities, and so the people here has been very welcoming to me, like the international ambassador, and then the teachers, the professors here have been very welcoming, and they're very helpful, answering my question, and I haven't had that much of a cultural shock, so it's been fine.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So sometimes when people come over here to America from a country such as Vietnam, Cambodia, China, sometimes they change their name. Is
Yes.
that something you would ever consider doing? Change your name to a more westernized name, or would you would you like to keep the way it is now?
So my original name is Han, and I changed it to Hazel. It's not that big of a reason. I just changed it because it's easier for people here to pronounce Han, Hazel. If you pronounce Han, it's okay, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to pronounce it correctly, so I just changed it to Hazel so that people can pronounce it right.
Yeah. So, I mean, how would you comparing the Vietnamese education to American education? How would you put those two together? What are some key differences between the two cultures when it comes to education?
Yeah. So about high school, I talked to some of my friends, American friends here, and they talk to me in American high school you can choose what subject you want to learn, but then in Vietnam we have to learn the schedule that the school have for us. There are 13 subjects that are mandatory that we have to learn it. But in America, they just learn some subjects they like to learn that they want to choose, and also there are a lot of reading and discussion here. In Vietnam, there are mostly just lectures. At least in my school, there are mostly just lectures from professor. But in America, they really emphasize the discussion between in class, and then the reading here is a lot too. And also the reading I have been there have been very many American reading from American authors. But in Vietnam, we I haven't like had a chance to like get acquainted to that much of American like reading. So yeah, there have been some key differences like that.
Yeah. So, are there any things that you're specifically looking forward to in America that you might not be able to do over in Vietnam, considering just like this culture's different, as like like going to like a movie theater or such like that?
Something I really want to do here, maybe firstly just like try to adjust to the education here, because like I have been like struggling a little bit with like the amount of workload here, like it's a lot more than Vietnam. And then maybe I want to like travel to like a big city like New York or something to like really experience the American culture, because like Green Castle is small, so like I said, it's not that American like compared to what I heard. So like I want to like go to like a big city to like see what it's like.
Yeah, and like one thing I'm generally very curious about is, obviously you grew up in Vietnam.
Yeah.
How hard is it to pick up just on the language of of English?
Yeah, so I learned English like from my elementary school. So and I have been like working with like IELTS and SAT. So it's not like that hard, but like I surely have some problems with speaking, listening to people at first. But then after some week of classes, I have been like doing okay with the language. Like it's not my big concern.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Hazel, thank you so much for meeting with me today. And Ben, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you, Hazel, for taking the time to speak with us. And I think that will do it for this week's episode of The Source. I'm Lainey Collier.
Tune in every week on Fridays at 9 a.m. I'm Ben Freeman, and you're watching The Source. See you next week.